What's up, guys? Another Roma English podcast episode, 12th episode. Sasha and Seba, how you doing?
What's up, bro? What's up, Seb?
Up, everyone.
I greet you as if we haven't been speaking for the last hour off record.
I mean, this is live, so
yeah, this is greetings
anyways,
to the live world.
Do you want to start off with the Juve game? It was a while ago now, but we have good memory.
Yeah, sorry we're so late. We'll try and do it earlier.
Yeah.
Going forward.
It just didn't work out.
We just had an idiot guest who fucked us over. So that's what delayed it. He knows who he is, but we're not going to give him any clout.
No.
Don't worry, he'll be on another episode, maybe, if he isn't such a C word. Anyways, Juve game. Seba, what's your thoughts?
I gotta say, there was a lot of positives. I think it's another one of those games where we actually outplay the top team, one of the top teams, but don't get the result, like the Inter game or the second derby last year. There was some standout performances from players. I think Ibanez was insane.
Yeah.
Veretout, of course, had the 2 goals. Pedro had a standout performance for me as well. I loved the way he created space for himself and others, ran off ball, worked home and took the defensive job, and despite being tired, kept running for 90 minutes.
I did not expect that much defensive work from Pedro, I must say.
I think he's always worked hard. I think he's always worked hard. I remember on FIFA, he always had high work rates, for example. So he was always.
Shut up! That cannot.
Wait.
No, he worked. He even went back to stop counters.
No, exactly. No, but I was saying, when I was younger, he had high work rate, so I went to look him up, and he always worked hard, even at Barcelona. I was like 14. I judged players on FIFA ratings. Okay?
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I always knew he worked hard at Barca. I mean, who didn't watch that Barca side, right? But the thing is, I didn't expect at the age of 33 for him to put in that level still. That's very
honestly, it was it was a very impressive collective game. I thought I only thought 3 players had like not great performances, and that was Jacob Mkhitaryan and Bruno Perez.
Yeah.
Everyone, maybe Mirante, because he didn't get anything to do.
I don't think Bruno Perez had a bad performance. I think the thing that, but hear me out, right? Santon was doing very well.
Yeah.
We subbed Bruno Perez. Everyone was like, why are you subbing him? Like every Roma fan simultaneously had that thought. Why are you doing this?
I thought it was a correct sub, but yeah.
Oh, in the moment, I was like, Santon is a way better defender than this guy.
Yeah, but it was at the point of the game where we weren't supposed to defend, because I think it was after Rabiot's red card.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, we should have used Bruno Perez to pressure them. But anyways, a lot of people thought, what the fuck? And then literally Ronaldo scores off like him. Not that Bruno Perez can actually do anything about Ronaldo, but in the moment it's like, and they score instantly, and it's like, oh my fucking god, Bruno Perez, you fucked us. But he actually didn't do anything wrong.
No, not defensively.
Any passes. He didn't make any
mistakes.
No,
my issue was more an attack. I think it was 2 occasions when we intercepted the ball high up the pitch.
I agree. He didn't do what we brought him on to do, but to be fair, he came on at 2-2 basically, because they scored instantly.
Yeah.
So the game obviously changed to what Fonseca was expecting it to.
Yeah.
To be when he came on and what he was playing towards. But anyway.
I think both. I think especially in the first half that both the defense and like tactics wise contained Ronaldo very well.
Yes.
I mean, both Mancini and Santon had him on the ropes the entire first half. It was especially evident when he tried to dribble past Mancini, fell over, and accidentally kicked the ball out for a goal kick. That was
hilarious. Started complaining at the ref as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Ronaldo actually looked like Prime Turbe at that moment when he was sliding around the floor. I was like, what are you doing, bro? I was like, I never thought I'd see that from Ronaldo of all people.
No, it was ridiculous.
Like that.
And I know Conte's talked about Mancini not having the best of games after, but I think his work in the first half, he pretty much was glued to Ronaldo. even though he didn't notice as much because he didn't get to intervene as much, he managed to isolate him quite a bit from that attack.
Don't do me like that. I haven't said that he had a bad game. I said he had he was the worst defender, worst of our defenders in that game. It wasn't like it was too like he did two.
But I disagree with that. I do disagree with that. I do think he was better than Kumbula.
Yeah, I think
that's fair.
And not that Kumbula was bad, but Kumbula got booked as well.
And he didn't have...
Did Mancini get booked? I don't know Mancini, but Kumbula got booked in a very stupid way. Like,
and the thing is, they didn't try to attack as much from Kumbula's side as they did on Mancini's.
Well, to be fair, Mancini had to deal with Ronaldo the whole game.
And he did it very well.
Yeah.
I mean, let's remember Kumbula. Maybe it's credit to Kumbula, but he had to deal with fucking Morata.
Yeah, but he also had to deal with Kulusevski.
Okay, to be fair, but I mean,
he completely pocketed Kulusevski.
That's not his man. That's Spinazzola's man.
Yeah,
but
maybe. But anyways, I think generally, tactically, a very good game. What I want to talk about was Pellegrini's performance, because it wasn't like a spectacular performance, but it was still like a surprise.
Wow, I would call it spectacular for me. I would call it spectacular. Yeah. Really, I would. Because I mean, I'm not. It's not that he was Michael Ballack, but from what I know Pellegrini to be, that's spectacular for me. Because it also if he can do this, he's actually could become a top player, because he didn't really have an opportunity to do what he was great at in that game, and he still had a great game. So if you can put those two things together, you've got something on your hands. You know?
Defensively, extremely impressive. And what I expected.
Bar the penalty, but I think
the penalty was stupid. But that's also like, we have to remember this is one of his first game as a defensive midfielder. He played some for Sassuolo, but not the same.
The penalty was pure inexperience.
Exactly. He will be better at that. I watched some Pellegrini highlights the other day and got very hyped because seeing his long passing, and now he can finally use that. You know, so that got me kind of hyped. Because, I do.
It's gonna be lit, bro. But I do hope that Fonseca really took notice and is gonna continue playing Pellegrini.
No, he did. I saw a report that he is planning on using Pellegrini as the brain of the play. I can't remember exactly what the words, but it was something like that.
But essentially, it's the regista.
Yeah, exactly. And I
think
that's
the
great.
thing for me with that is Diawara is probably better at turning past like four guys and then laying off a simple ball.
Yeah.
And also better defensively. But obviously. But the thing about Pellegrini is, if you like Pellegrini, the way he thinks about the game is closer to controlling the attack from deep than Diawara. Diawara can more just control the defensive movement of the ball.
I want to see at some point, at least just see Diawara and Pellegrini playing together, because I think that could be very interesting.
But the point is, the thing with the Pellegrini is that he has a way about his offensive game in looking for pass and everything very quickly. It's almost Totti-esque in the way he wants to do everything directly, which creates a more fluent and high-paced offense, while Diawara waiting patiently for the right pass, which also is good, can halt the play and miss open chances because overthinking or overanalyzing. What I think
but that's what I mean. I want to see them two playing together. Diawara as a more like calming presence and someone who can keep the ball in the team and the build-up and stuff, and Pellegrini as the more like, you know, the one that pushes the ball forward and more creative.
So for me, really, three-man midfield. If we think of Roma 2014, Pellegrini is the Pjanic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck that I have to say his name. Diawara is the Strootman. The washing machine. That's what he's great at. And then, as opposed to having a De Rossi, we have, I know you would like to say Veretout is more, but I think the job that Strootman did is what Veretout would be doing. Is more what Diawara would be doing. And then Veretout would bring the energy to the team.
Yeah, and
so you can still play Diawara from deep, but he's not going to be orchestrating the same way De Rossi did. You'd still let Pellegrini do that.
But I think the acquisition of Mayoral makes it possible to have a three-man midfield with one offensive midfielder and Mayoral as striker, because it gets more movement and everything, and it doesn't get as isolated as Dzeko would be.
I was thinking of 2 strikers, 3-5-2.
That could also work.
With because I think Mayoral and Dzeko would be great together. Because Mayoral stretches the defense, Dzeko drops deep. So either you create space for Mayoral or Dzeko. One of them will get space, and both. Yeah. I don't know how good Mayoral is. I've never seen him.
Another thing that very impressed me very much against Juve was the way that Veretout handled his defensive responsibilities, because he was supposed to take Diawara's role. Diawara is the steady defender, the last man in midfield. And we always talk about Veretout pressing too high and aggressively. And I think he managed it very well against Juve. He didn't overcommit or do any naive pressing. I think he handled it almost as well as Diawara usually does. Because in the past we said that Veretout and Pellegrini can't work because it will lack in defense. But I think the Juve game showed that it could.
But I think this is also something that I think this has to be more credit to Pellegrini as well, because this is something that I didn't think about. But his defensive positioning is actually very good. His tackling is a bit like sometimes he goes in for a tackle too hard when he shouldn't, or his tackling technique.
Oh, I was so angry when they gave him when he went slightly off the ground and he won the ball. I think it was on Rabiot.
Yeah.
And it was actually a world-class tackle, but because he leaves the ground by this much, it's a fucking yellow card. For me, my problem with that is fine. If you want to give him a yellow card because it's unsafe play, fine. But it should not be a fucking free kick. No. He won the ball clean. He didn't even touch the guy. Why is it a free kick?
Yeah.
Give him the yellow card when play stops. That doesn't make sense.
True. But yeah, overall, a very, very impressive. Like Pellegrini's positioning, I think, because I saw Veretout out of position a couple of times still. Pellegrini's positioning was still very good. So I'm very happy with Pellegrini. Like mainly, I'm just surprised. I didn't think his defensive positioning would be that good. But I mean, he definitely has some. His strength isn't defensive. So.
But he also likes to. I don't know. No, never mind. Continue. Yeah, let's just move on.
I don't think. I think we have to mention Fonseca's preparation, because Fonseca's been getting a lot of shit by Roma fans lately. But his preparation was very good, tactically spot on, because we created way more than Juve. Defensively, we were organized very well, and the mentality was right.
We pretty much only concede the goals we conceded were pretty much the only clear chance that Juve got.
Yes, and it was, we've got to say it was Ronaldo masterclass, especially the second goal. The first goal was a bit too easy to dribble past, I think, but the second goal was just, there's nothing you can do there.
It wasn't really a Ronaldo masterclass. I mean, that finish was a Ronaldo masterclass.
I mean, the goals were a Ronaldo masterclass. Yeah, the performance in general was kind of shit. We dealt with him very well overall.
But the second goal could have been prevented quite easily, because it was just the defenders forgetting that he was there. Our entire back three were in front of him, looking at the ball.
I think he would have outjumped any defender, even if they jumped. So I think it would have been a goal anyways.
I don't think he would have outjumped Ibanez.
No, he would definitely have outjumped Ibanez. It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think so too. I don't think there's anyone with his kind of...
Ronaldo is the best in the world for a reason. Like I haven't seen anything from Ibanez to suggest that he can do. That is not human.
I mean, he is very athletic and he's tall. So
yes, but he's not quite up to Ronaldo's level. But anyways,
that's not athletic. Like that goes beyond athletic. Ronaldo.
Yeah. No, I agree with
even if Ibanez gets up there, is he staying up there and having a cup of tea the way Ronaldo does? I don't think so.
No,
that's the thing.
That's the thing, and that's also another thing with Ronaldo. He jumps so fucking early, so that he gets above the defenders and they can't jump it anymore. And then it's like, what are you supposed to do? So thing is, I said this on the live stream, that the defensive positioning wasn't great, but it wouldn't have changed anything. Fonseca subs weren't on point.
There were subs. I forgot that there actually was subs, because I think he did too.
Yeah, it was. The subs he made were correct, I thought. Both Perez and Pellegrini, or Diawara was correct to bring on because Pellegrini was on a yellow, right?
Yeah.
But I would have.
Unlike, he had the yellow card and subbed him off, unlike another manager.
Exactly. See? But
He's not a manager.
Fonseca,
that guy's not a manager. How can he be a manager? Then I'm also a manager.
That's true. The Perez sub, Sasha, you said that a lot of people disagreed, didn't like that. I thought it was good because at that point we were 1-0 up, or 2-1 up, and we're supposed to counterattack because they had one man less. With a guy like Perez, counterattacks are perfect, and the right back didn't have too much to do defensively. Santon did it well, but he didn't have too much to do really.
No, because Mancini was coming.
Exactly.
I don't know. For me, I think there's also, to a degree, it's Santon at least gives you another man on set pieces.
Yeah.
In defense, Perez is not. And also with the counter-attacking thing, can't you just bring on Kluivert or Carles Perez for Mkhitaryan, who's dead?
Yes.
If you want to have a fast counter-attack and keep us solid in defense.
I really don't understand why Perez isn't playing this season. We know he came back from COVID.
The thing is, I don't agree that it's an injury or something, because I think Fonseca would say he's not ready. He said many times that Bruno Perez is not ready. Why would he say Bruno's not ready and not talk about the other one? So clearly they're fine.
Exactly, but that's where it doesn't make sense, because he played a lot last season. And he seemed to, Fonseca seemed to trust Carles Perez, and we clearly needed to sub either Mkhitaryan or Pedro or both out today versus Juve. So why didn't he? That's
Do you
what.
guys think, could you see a game where the front three would be Kluivert, Mayoral, and Carles Perez?
No, I could not. I really don't rate Kluivert in that position. He doesn't have the passing or the right vision.
Wait, no. I'm saying, Sebe, are you asking, do you see it working, or do you see Fonseca putting it on the field?
Fonseca putting it on the field.
I could see Fonseca putting that on the field.
No, I don't. He barely plays. He barely plays Kluivert
at home.
Huh?
You don't think he would do that against Sofia at home?
No, I think he will.
He will put in.
Actually, yeah, we don't have a lot of backups now for.
What about a Coppa Italia game?
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't see him trusting Kluivert.
There's 5 subs. No, but no. He's definitely going to play Kluivert here and there. Otherwise, they would have made sure you left.
No, but
okay.
But I could see a game plan where it's more counter-attacking.
Yeah.
And instead of doing a 3-4-2-1, doing a 3-4-3 with dedicated wingers with Perez, Kluivert, and then Mayoral up top, because that
could be working.
Because that speed and agility could kill any team.
Yes.
Those 3.
But what I really like is, so you know how there was that moment that you complained about on Twitter, Conte, where there were those 2, where Bonucci and Chiellini were kind of dragged wide, and Dzeko was there between them in their half, and they played a stupid 1-2 instead of Dzeko running through in behind the defenders.
Yes.
Mayoral looks to me like he has the speed to attack that space easily. He looks very athletic in that sense.
Even if he doesn't have that speed, he has that instinct, or his instinct is to go in behind. And this is why I think we at times maybe not played better with Kalinic, but played just as well, because Kalinic also had not to always go in behind, but he's more of a go in behind striker than Dzeko is, and that stretches the team. Even if you don't get the ball, it's still good for the team, you know.
Yeah.
So and I'm very excited about Mayoral because he seems like the player we need. He's strong as well, I think.
Are we moving on? Should we move? Are we moving on to?
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, we could move on to.
Are we finished with Juve? Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
We have to address before we move on to Mayoral. We have to address. There's one thing I want to say quickly. Our defense, our young defense, is going to be the best young defense in Europe.
Yes.
Because Jesus, and then they are just
fucking
fantastic. And I really do think Mancini is great as well. I know, but I think not everyone's perfect defensive game, and he brings other qualities Ibanez doesn't have. You know.
Yeah.
I rate him too. Wait, can we just take a minute for Ibanez's pass to Spinazzola?
Woo!
In the just after the 45th minute. Oh, like just after the second half, like just a ping across the whole field. It was insane. Like through 3 players as well. But go ahead, Sasha, with whatever you were.
Yeah,
were you done?
fantastic. No, and then Spinazzola, he walks into Juve.
Yeah. He walked.
And I think they were really banking on him not being fit. And imagine Antonio Conte had a player like Spinazzola for his left mid.
Spinazzola.
What a shame for him.
Spinazzola walks into every team except maybe Atalanta and Milan.
No, he doesn't walk into Inter. He's too injured. He's too injured for those guys. But please, let me shut the fuck up because touch wood because fuck me, that guy. Anyway, then we have to speak about Dzeko.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to speak about Dzeko.
Should I start? I feel like I'm the most negative about him.
Because my entire argument only exists because of the stupid things people like Conte say. So I'll let him go first.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna make you look smart. Okay, so I genuinely think we need a striker that can score, and Dzeko is not that striker. I feel like we create a lot. We have the 2 attacking midfielders. Dzeko drops into that space, like they play like this, and Dzeko drops like this, and then these 2 have nothing. Like they have nothing there to do because when they get the ball, they're all in a line and doesn't lead to anything.
It's not that. Just quickly on that. Sorry.
Yes.
And then you can continue.
No, it's fine.
If one of them had pace, it would work. To be fair, that's all.
Yes, I agree. But now we don't.
Playing, it would work perfectly.
If we play another style where we play more of a like false 9 or like a striker that drops deep. I know Dzeko isn't a false 9, but you know what I mean. Then that could work, but we don't have that either. That's why it doesn't work together. I think Dzeko is a world-class striker still. I think for a coach like Spalletti, we saw how good he was. I think he could be like a 20-goal striker for a coach like Spalletti still. But I don't think
what was different in the chances he received last season that he missed 20 and the Spalletti season where he scores 30.
Yeah,
no.
In the chances? I think that's down to confidence probably. But I mean that's
why for me it's like
the whole team worked better together with Dzeko. Now I feel like there's something lacking up front.
I think
Dzeko felt he belonged better in that team.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Confidence is the last thing Dzeko is missing.
No, I disagree.
In front of goal, maybe. I don't know.
There's a difference between being arrogant and confident. You can still be unconfident and be arrogant.
Yeah.
Because arrogance is more thinking you're the best around you. You're the best of everyone that's at the club. But it doesn't mean he's like, oh, I'm going to finish any chance I get. You know, he might just think everyone else is shit. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, probably not.
But yes, I think it's an issue that he can't finish these chances. And I think it's an issue that...
I just need to talk about that chance. That chance.
Which one?
What? Pardon, Sebe?
I mean, I don't think there's a lot of strikers that would create those chances like he did.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I'm going to say.
The first one I agree.
So I just want to please name the striker that initial ball in from Spinazzola before Dzeko touches it, right?
Yes.
99% of strikers would have hit that first time.
This is true.
Any one of those that score it are worth 80 million, in all honesty. No other striker goes on then that has the composure to stop the ball then, stop like that to drop 2 defenders, and then misses. It's like, fuck. If he had received that ball in that position and done that, I would have been like, you fucking idiot.
That's the thing. Like, both of those goals were brilliant from him at the start. But it's like he gets so many of those chances, and generally, Kalinic got so many of those chances too. Like not exactly the same, but he got so many chances still, and he missed a lot. Dzeko missed a lot. If we had a striker that can just shoot the ball very well, I feel like because Kalinic isn't. I don't think anyone can argue that Kalinic is a brilliant striker.
I don't even think it's about having like an elite shot.
No, we could have
I just think it's about being. I don't think you need to have an elite shot. I just think you have to be ruthless and you have to almost like be clinical and know that you need to take the opportunities, you know?
Yes, no.
And that's why I have a lot of hope for Mayoral, because I know he had, 10 big chances missed, but I still there's something about the guy. There's something about the way he headed that. Did you guys see the penalty he won for Real Madrid?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
The way it was like, what do you think of heading the ball inside like that?
And that's the thing with Jacob. When you see him outside of the penalty area, he's like, I'm going to score this. When he gets into the penalty area, he's like, okay, yes, I'm going to try my best to score this. It's not like I'm going to score this. I am already celebrating, you know?
Who?
Jacob.
Mayoral.
Oh, Jacob.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
as soon as he gets into the penalty area,
Jacob
he's like,
doesn't
I'm
have
going to get the chance, and I'm going to try my best to score this chance. It's not, I'm going to score this chance, you know?
So Jaco's almost like Jaco is so under pressure, he doesn't believe he's gonna get another good chance in the game.
Yeah,
so he almost chokes it out. Whereas you'll see and someone like Jovic at Frankfurt, for example, that was shooting from ridiculous positions, where he's jumping backwards in the air, and it's because he believes it's fine if I miss, because I will score the next one. He's not afraid of missing the chance. When you're not afraid of missing, you actually become way more clinical because you start shooting with confidence.
And by the way, Sasha, when we've been talking strikers pretty much every episode.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you say you want a striker that can get to the balls that is not supposed to get to. I think that we have found that in Mayoral. I think he has the intelligence and speed to actually do that.
Exactly, he's got that.
He has the desire, mainly.
Yeah.
They used to call him Raul in the young Raul in Castilla. And that's exactly what Raul was. That fucking, where the fuck did he come
Not as good
from?
as Totti, though.
And he scored.
True, not as good as Totti. No, Sebbe said Raul is not as good as Totti.
Obviously, is that debatable, really?
But yeah, as you said before, with the shot, Sasha, Jacob has an elite shot. I genuinely believe that, because
yes, I agree.
Look at the goal he scored with his left foot versus Napoli. He scored so many bangers.
His technique is fantastic.
Look at his left goal versus Sampdoria.
Exactly.
And I also think there's a degree of he's almost lost a step, and it's almost that has retracted from his shot.
And that has been rather big too.
Yeah.
Pardon?
He doesn't have that
very significant step too. It's not like a small thing that you could notice sometimes. It's fairly evident.
He doesn't have the same coordination, kind of like with the first time shot, or when he's slightly off balance, he doesn't score them.
Actually, for me, that's the only time Jaco scores. I don't know. I think he's lost the step where, when you're dribbling and you've beaten 5 players, and then it's time to score, and you just can't get a powerful shot because you fucking killed yourself. Jacob he gets to that spot faster than he used to.
Yeah,
so he can't put all his technique and power into the shot the way he could 2-3 years ago. And I really think that's why he doesn't shoot from distance anymore.
Probably. I think we should move on from Jacob because
to push it past the man and have a crack.
Speaking of moving on, it's I've seen it now. Mayoral is 100% complete. He's been taking pictures and holding the shirt for the official account.
Nice. So it's official.
Beautiful.
It's official. Mayoral is.
Yeah, well, I saw about an hour ago that his contract had been officially
and Roma posted the thing with the missing people as well. So it's done.
Then it's done.
Yeah. That's or here we go.
Yeah.
But that's but that is a beautiful initiative in any case.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Something we can be proud of.
Fully. But
should we continue about Mayoral
now? Yes, I don't know if there's too much to speak about because we touched on most of it, I think. But one thing that is good is that he gives us another dimension in attack. I'm
very excited for the signing, to be honest. Yeah. Very excited. I really think he could end up being 12, 15 goals.
I think this is a better signing than Bustos would have been.
I can't say I'm very excited because I haven't seen him, so I'm not. I'm not going to judge the signing. I'm just saying that this gives us another dimension. We could play with 2 strikers now, and if we come up against a team that completely just marks Dzeko out of the game, he can come in and give a new way of playing, and maybe they can't deal with that. So yeah, it's a very risk-free because it's two-year loan with options to buy. So if he doesn't perform, we just send him back.
Yeah.
And that's that.
I just don't understand. It's like, what could happen that would make us not want to buy him for 15 and extend the loan by a year and then buy him for 20?
No, I think it's a 2-year
Because
loan.
if he scores like no. So what I've read is it's a 2-year loan, but we can choose to make it permanent after the first year for 15,
Yes.
or we could choose to make it permanent at the end for 20.
Yeah,
but it's like
I think it's going to be like
what scenario would occur where we do that?
I think he has a decent season, but not good enough to be worth 15 the first season.
So
we extend the loan.
Let's try one more time. If he scores 200 goals, we'll pay 20.
No, but I mean, like, he's good enough for the loan. We extend the loan and thinking like, okay, we'll get a new striker next year, and then he just explodes and becomes awesome the second year, and then we like.
No, but it's like, for me, it's like, if I believe in giving him a second year, and I think it could be after that second year we should buy him for 20 million. If I believe they just fucking buy him for 15 million.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a very weird deal, but
yeah.
Shit, we got a striker.
My guess is
I guess it's basically purely like Madrid will be like, oh, you guys are fucked for 50. Okay, 1 more year loan, and then you will deal with it next period.
Yeah, probably.
It could purely be.
I think it was just to get the agreement over the line, because maybe Roma wanted.
We have put so many deals to next year financially.
Yeah.
Kumbula. Actually, never mind. We were supposed to with Milik, but I forgot we only ever signed Kumbula. So Kumbula.
I think is Ibanez permanent or is he still alone?
No, it's permanent.
I think
I'm
he's
99% sure it's permanent.
18-month loan with option to buy. I read that somewhere, but I don't know. I can't make sure.
Okay, let's say like this. It's not like we're not gonna take the option.
Exactly. And maybe it was even an obligation to buy.
Us money, and we rejected the offer.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we own the player.
Yes.
Otherwise, even if we had an obligation, negotiations would have still involved Atalanta because they still legally own the player.
Yeah, that's like Kulusevski to Juve while he's being in Parma.
Yeah, exactly. The negotiation still happened with Atalanta.
Yeah. Yes, but or is there anything else we want to say about Mayoral?
Imagine just Tottenham talking to Atalanta about Ibanez and like, can you give us? Can we get him for 10 million just to fuck over Rome? And they're like, yeah, sure, take him.
United would do that.
United would definitely.
If they had that power, I'm sure they'd just keep him.
Yeah.
Atalanta. But about Mayoral, be excited.
Yes.
Be excited.
Don't write him off yet.
He's gonna score a hat-trick tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Off the stand.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, he is in the stands tomorrow night, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
But he will
that was fairly obvious.
Yeah.
But let's move on to. Should we talk a bit about? Yeah, I think we should just mention Smalling. I feel like this is just the latest news is some. This is fucking hilarious. A Man United board member insulted Roma as a club, I think, and Roma are pissed.
These fucking Italians, pay the fucking price. Get your fucking 15 million out of here.
Oh, bro. What is going on?
No, but I could actually see it. It's like, no. I understand. 8 months ago, they said to us 20 million. And we come today, okay, how about 15? I'm sure they were like, bruh, fuck off. We said 20. How many times must we say 20?
The whole shit is ridiculous. Why have we...
That's like if
what is going through your mind if you've been negotiating for 8 months and they said 20 for 8 months? Do you think they're gonna lower it after 8 months of negotiation?
Like, what the fuck is a 2 million difference? It's been
but no, on United. But anyway, United. I think our bonuses would have taken it to like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's 2 million.
You don't even use it.
What are you even doing? Why?
Why
does this matter so much to you? They're just being like, it's clear they're being cunts. It's clear this is not about finances. This is sending a message. You can't take advantage of United and force United.
They offered him to Lazio. They're clearly just being cunts. Like,
we are the great Manchester United. I promise we're still great. We are the great Manchester United. You can't take him from us. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world. I promise.
They are so. It is just so pathetic.
That's why everyone hates United.
True. But we don't want to talk too much about this. It's ridiculous that we still haven't moved on after 8 months. Now we need to find someone else, basically.
Just get Rugani at this point. I don't even care.
No, he's done to Rennes, I think, or something.
What?
Yeah, on loan.
That's very.
Yeah, I did see that actually.
Out of the blue.
No, and also France. I don't want Rugani. Fuck. We really, Rugani really. They would have asked for 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But they would have asked for Zaniolo and insisted we took Bernardeschi as well.
Bernardeschi plus Rugani. They're going to bid.
I promise you, Patrici is gonna have that on his fucking tombstone.
I'll pay for this tombstone with Rugani and Bernardeschi.
20 million equals Chiesa ? Zaniolo ? Like, fuck off, bro.
Guys. Oh. Alright, Dalot.
So, but then otherwise, if we don't get... No, well, I mean... Okay, well, yeah, we can go. But the thing about Dalot now is, like, are they really going to give us Dalot, though? Like, what's wrong with them? What is wrong with these guys?
That's the thing. And I heard Bruno Perez is not leaving, and I doubt we're going to have 4.
The thing is, right, if they really did insult the Roma Oaks, they're not going to get Dalot either.
Yeah.
True. But Fonseca did say yesterday that none of our right-backs are starters, so clearly we're getting in someone.
So, yeah, well, they asked, who is your number 1 choice for right back? And he said, none of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's saying, like, there's no first choice, we're a team, and I'll play whoever I feel best to play on the day, or if he's like, listen, these guys are all fucking trash.
Okay, let's just say, it is number 2, but he's going to say it's number 1.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I love Fonseca so much. He's taken so much shit. He's starting the season, the first 3 games, without a backup striker, without a backup centre back, and with Bruno Perez and Santon as his starting right back. And he's staying.
Carsdorp.
Yeah, the injured guy.
Idiot.
For the first game.
Don't disrespect Rick.
Rick got injured. Dude got injured after 60 minutes. Oh. Anyways.
But really, I'm so sad we didn't just get... Okay, he is Deschilio. We might as well have gotten, like, it's same shit.
Yeah.
No, but I love how Fonseca all of a sudden just like this. Fuck you, fuck everyone.
I mean, I can't blame him. Genuinely, I would have been like that months ago. Like...
Yo, I know Fonseca feels like such a fucking idiot for reading his full lineup out last weekend and being so dramatic because, like, literally in the interview, he was like, I can't give you the lineup every week. We'll see tomorrow.
What a guy.
That's mad. But yeah, I mean...
Do we have anything to say about the looks? I've never seen him play.
No, I don't know.
I looked at his stats.
I just think
we have a very unreliable...
because United just waste talent constantly.
So
I think in 6 months he'll be a top 3 right wing back in Serie A.
We have a very unreliable source saying that he's a top talent.
Yes, a very unreliable source. The same fucking source that confirmed Allegri.
Yeah.
By the way. So Dalot is probably garbage, and we probably won't get him.
All I want to say is that he didn't play, like, started like 2 games, I think, last season. But the season before, in the league at least, the season before, he started like 12, I think. And he had like 1.8 tackles per game and only 0.3 times dribble passed, which is extremely good for a wing back. So I was, because usually when they have very low dribble pass, they don't commit a lot of tackles, but he completed like 1.5, 1.8, and I was shocked. And he got like 2 or 3 assists in 12 starts, which is good for a right back in a bad United team. So
if we
there are
get
good signs,
Dalot,
but it's not always about stats, so we can't, huh?
if we get Dalot and the centre back top window. When was the last time we didn't sell a single first team member? What the fuck?
What do you mean? We lost Alexander Kolarov.
Shut up.
Lovely
Best
to see
news
him making a mistake for Inter, for
Didn't
the
take long.
Fiorentina goal. Love to
Who
see
did
it.
they beat? They beat who 5-2?
Benevento.
I just love that. They beat Benevento 5-2. Inter are too much. Nobody can stop Inter. Please, bro. It's Benevento. I've literally watched Inter beat Sassuolo 7-1. A good Sassuolo team, 7-1 twice in a season and finish 6th. Just shut up. It's Benevento.
You know what's even worse? Milan fans feeling confident after a scuffed penalty shootout after being rescued by a 120th minute goal against Rio Ave.
Did you see the penalty shootout? I watched it on YouTube yesterday.
I haven't watched it.
Rio Ave, after I can't remember who missed a penalty for Milan. Then Rio Ave took their penalty to win the game. They hit the post, went over to the other post, and went out. I was like, is this it? I died.
And you know what's funny? If they went out, they would have literally been like, we went out on purpose. We wanted to focus on the league so we can have Champions League next
Genuinely,
year. I know the Milan fans would have said
I think
that.
this is good for us because now they have quite a tough group, so they will have to focus on the either just don't get.
It's so funny how they're going to finish last in their group unless Zlatan does it by himself.
Let's just say like this: if we come first in our group, we can just say beating Cluj isn't for everyone.
Anyways, let's move on. This is not a Milan podcast. We're not fake fans. We actually support.
Worst fans in Italy by far. By far.
What did you say?
Milan are the worst fans in Italy by far.
Yes. And we're Roma
actually
fans,
second
so
to Venezia fans.
We're different.
Fuck those guys.
For us, winning isn't important.
Exactly. Fuck winning.
If you know. If you know, you follow my Twitter. But yeah, Diawara's agent.
You know, I feel bad for you.
Wait, didn't you delete that tweet?
Yeah, I did. I realized it was. I wrote it like at 2 in the morning, and then when I woke up, I was like, "What was I? What was I on about?"
It was so stupid. He deleted it.
Yeah, no, I realized that when I woke up, and I think Sebe wrote to me about it. Anyways, let's talk about Diawara's agent's words and stuff. Sebe, go on. Do you know what he said? Yeah, you do.
I don't know the exact words, but he just said that Diawara isn't happy about first being wrongly.
I can start what his official words were. Like, I'm not saying word by word, but basically he said that he wasn't put in the list for the squad, and then he is benched. We want clarity on the situation. But then it's been revealed that Diawara is looking for a new club because he's not happy with being benched for one game. One game.
Yeah, but then Fonseca went out and said, "Okay, Diawara's agent, you can suck my nuts." And then the agent just said, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything."
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Please, Diawara, get out of my club. I have supported you until today, basically. But if you have this mentality, goodbye. Just leave.
Yeah, if you have this mentality, you are going to be a superstar at Bournemouth, my friend. Enjoy it. A superstar.
Yes.
You are the next Jack Grealish with that mentality.
I still think he's a very, very good top player, I think. But
I don't believe you'll ever be a world-class player. I don't believe you'll ever be a world-class player if that's real.
No. Technically, I mean, like with his technique and his...
Oh, yeah, no. He's like Robinho.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, please get out of my club. Give me Torreira. Give me anyone. Just.
Yeah, no, but it's actually disgusting that you have guys like Perotti and Jesus who die for Roma. They would kill before they left Rome. And then we have the likes of Diawara who wants to leave after one game on the bench. Come on now.
They're sticking around. Jesus and Perotti.
You have guys like Mayoral spitting on the bald head of Zidane to come to Rome. And then who are you, bruh? Telling me what now?
We already
picture ADL. Go suck ADL's fines, bitch.
We already have a picture of Mayoral standing like this in front of Totti in the locker room. He's a Roma.
And where are you, Diawara? Just in Mykonos with your blonde bitch. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
Yes. Anyways, Diawara is a cunt. He should leave. I would rather start Cristante at this point. No, I won't. But yeah. Anyways, are we done with this?
I just want to say one thing though, in defense of Diawara. No. A lot of Roma fans were telling him to kill himself after that whole.
He was wrong.
I also want to leave.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Well done, guys. You fucking idiots. Well done.
Saying you're upset because you spent one game on the bench, and it's not even a whole game. You came on in the 65th minute or something. Like, dude.
Literally.
Yeah. Literally,
man. What if Villar came out and said, "Nah, I'm done. I was benched." No, you see. Yeah, you and Villar are the same age.
Yeah.
That is so weird. That is so weird.
And then we have guys like Perotti and Jesus celebrating if they get to stay a whole game on the bench.
At least they don't have to go out there and
I know. Karsdorp was like, okay, so 7 million from Atalanta. Bergamo is dead. Rome is popping. 1 year holiday in Rome, baby. What do you think I'm choosing? I'll fight for my place, guys. Don't worry, I'll fight for my place. Shut up. I know you, Rick. I know you, Rick.
Alright, I asked...
Let's just not buy anyone and just start Villar every game.
I agree.
Why couldn't Villar be a world-class right wing back? Why?
Because
why does it always have to be like this? Like, when Roma have a world-class, they all in the same position. Why?
Yeah.
And then we'll have I wish we could trade Fazio. I wish we could put Fazio, Jesus, Cristante, Perotti, and Kluivert all into a re-roll box, and then re-roll a great right wing back out of that box. Trade them all in for an upgrade. I would in FIFA.
Oh God. Okay. I feel like we're getting off track. We got some. I asked some questions on Instagram. We got a lot of questions, so I just had to pick out the 3 best. We got 10 questions. we got a lot of questions. Okay, so the first one. Wait, no. I picked up one that was ideal backup striker, but now we don't need that question anymore. So,
backup striker, Dzeko.
Our ideal backup striker, and I think Borja Mayoral, world class.
Oh, that guy.
Great. And I just want to say Lazio. You know what I just keep telling myself in my head over and over again? I just remember reading Inzaghi about 1 month ago. I've been promised many great signings to ensure that we have a fantastic season. Moriki for 20 million, bro. For 20 million, bro.
I don't even know.
Done, Lotit. Lotiti boy. Well done, my son.
Can we just take a minute to imagine what Inzaghi would say if he was Roma manager right now?
Or if we got David Silva.
That would have been too much.
Imagine the salt if Inzaghi was a Roma manager now. Oh, I can't work with people that don't even sign up the right players. Diawara is actually under 23. I know this.
Yeah, and instead we have Fonseca. They suck my nuts.
Imagine Conte right now.
Oh yeah.
As Lazio manager.
I don't care.
But imagine Conte as Lazio manager right now.
My God.
I'm gonna need this guy. I'm gonna need this guy.
Okay, so the first question: why is Plusvalenza something we must cheer for all of a sudden? So, like, why is Plusvalenza so important for us? Sasha, I think you have the best knowledge of Plusvalenza, so.
As someone who is studying.
Wait, before you start, I think you should also name the people that asked the questions.
Flying Jesus?
Uh-huh. Lion Jesus?
No, Geeses.
Oh, Geeses. Okay.
I don't know. Anyways, Sasha, yeah, big up.
So, as someone who is studying the fine arts, I'm not really one to know much about finances, but and by fine arts I mean marketing. But basically, the way it works is when you sell a player, like let's use a very simple example. Let's say we signed Jaco for 15 million from Manchester City and gave him a 5-year contract with 5 million per season. So 5 times 5 is 25, and then 15 plus 25 is 40. But actually, rather, let's just say it's 25 just to make it simple. So we signed him for 25, and we gave him 5 years of 5 mil. So in total, Roma have decided to invest 50 million into Jaco. Each year so in theory, right, that contract is 5 years, which means the fee is, because of how a financial year works, the investment made into Jaco will then be split over the 5 years of his contract. So 1 year we'll be investing 10 million in Jaco. The next season it'll go down as 10 million in Jaco in the books. So after 2 years of Jaco, essentially, regardless of what he does, you've acquired 20 million of the value back. So you only now need to spend 30 million you only need to receive 30 million for Jaco's sale to break even. Anything above that is Plusvalenza. So that's why, for example, the Luca Pellegrini and Spinazzola deal happened the way it happened because Luca Pellegrini was no cost to Roma. So when he was sent off and it was a swap for 7 million or whatever, 7 million plus Luca Pellegrini or whatever, that was 22 million profit straight to Roma. Yeah. And it didn't go down as any spending. It only went down to 7 million spending because essentially it was a player swap.
By the way.
Pardon?
Best deal ever, by the way.
Oh, wow, incredible robbery, highway robbery. Then the other thing, so basically, it's like, I know it's like to cheer for, I wouldn't quite say, I'd say in the Palotta era, it was something to cheer for, not quite something to cheer for. It's still fantastic. Like, in no situation is Plusvalenza a negative thing. Plusvalenza ensures that you have money to operate with. So if you make 5 million Plusvalenza, that is 5 million you are free to spend on the market, free to reinvest with no. For example, like let's say you sell Jaco for 30 million, you break even. You can still invest part of that 30 million back into the market, but then it'll be a cost. It'll be more of an expense. It'll be taken out of your bank account. It'll be taken out of the capital of the club. It won't just be, market money shifting from one player to another player. It actually will. The club will have to make a sacrifice. So that's why Plusvalenza is so important, because it allows the club to. I don't know. Is this making sense to you guys?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I know what it is, so maybe it's easier for me to understand it. But I think basically everything you make Plusvalenza is like free to spend. All other things are like, I don't know, like an investment, kind of.
And then the Plusvalenza allows us to. So, for example, we make 30 million Plusvalenza. We can then put that towards our financial fair play requirements, and then financial fair play leave us alone. But if we buy fucking Cristante for 30 million and sell him for 15 million, that 15 million, let's say we did it straight. Let's say we literally 30 million was Cristante's value, and we sold him for 15 million loss on that player is now 15 million more we have to earn for financial fair play.
And that is also why Chelsea was managed to get players for 250 million, because they sold people to be honest, to be able to work around the financial fair play.
Exactly. But Hazard was all plus Valencia, I'm guessing.
I mean, Hazard was 110 million, or in fact, I believe there were reports that in secret it came out that Hazard was like 140 million.
Yeah, I read that too.
Because they wanted to avoid tax, they put it as lower.
They bought him for a lot less and managed to get like 5 years out of him.
More,
also,
I think.
so
no,
that,
it was more. It was more.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that's
like
a
8.
bad,
Anyways, it was all plus Valencia for 100 million, and that's
with Valencia.
insane. But yeah, so why do we have to care so much about it now?
Well, yeah. So it's not about well, as we can see, the free. So Roma. It's like I don't know how much knowledge you have of Roma's finances, but basically Roma for many years, when a lot of debt, we had to earn 30 million every year. Friedkins, and that was under Pallotta because of how Pallotta he basically bought Roma on loan from the bank with, let's say, 100 million for part of the club, the rest of the club on loan, with the promise of paying 30 million back each year. Now that 30 million going back would mean we needed another 30 million now, because we lost that 30 million back to the bank. We need another 30 million now if I could pay financial fair play every year.
Yeah.
And because of that, we needed to sell every season. You'd notice, even if it wasn't a top player, we sold Paredes 1 year for 25 million. We always had to make some kind of sale like that to ensure that we get through that. The Friedkins, because they paid 591 million, which is higher than the debt, and I believe they did it so that part of it was to refinance the debt. I believe that was, and that's also why you haven't seen many big moves aside from coronavirus. Is a lot of, basically Pallotta ended up forcing the Friedkins to use their transfer budget to refinance the club. If Pallotta had let them get the club for 400 million less, 200 million less, which would have been reasonable considering COVID, I think. I think Roma ended up being like the 6th most expensive club ever, which probably isn't fair. So if you 150 million less, that's 150 million the Friedkins are free to then spend on the market. Where they have to be careful is they have to make sure they get the stadium, they get the sponsorship so that Roma can earn that money back.
Yeah, and
they're not doing what City do and just fucking throw money and Barca do and throw money down the drain.
And that way of thinking from the Friedkins, plus the fact that they want to restructure the club from within, makes me regret every Friedkin I've ever said.
No, but generally, I'm hopeful for this Friedkin.
I think it's absolutely how they've done. Like, we didn't lose any big player, so that's already better.
Because we didn't have the plus Valencia thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then, well, we didn't have the
But you didn't have this need for having plus Valencia.
But you know what I mean. Anyways.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Kumbula for what? 13 million in the end. Then you've got Mayoral for fucking 16 million in the end, but only after. So yeah, for the Mayoral one, that's a nice example to explain it. Mayoral, let's say we buy him in 2 years, 20 million. He's earning about 1 million. Call it 20. That's only, I think, and then he's going to be on a 5-year deal. That's 22 million. So, and then divided over 7 years now, because we're only paying it in 2 years.
Then that
ends up being a less than 3 million a year.
Yeah, and that's a very low risk move as well, because even if we kept him for 3 years, it would have to be like 7 million to break even, which in today's market, especially after perhaps recovering from COVID, the plus minus on him could be insane.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like if you look at Juve trying to get Dzeko for 17 million and 7 mil salary for 2 years, that is a 32 million investment
on a 34-year-old,
34-year-old player. I mean, that is ridiculous. And that's why Barcelona, for example, are in big trouble now, because they thought they were somehow immune to the realities of finances.
And I saw something ridiculous, that they bought Rakitic, Vidal, and then there were 2 other players. It could be. There were 2 other players for a combined 150 million, and they got 2 when they sold them. 2 million. They went negative 149 million on four players.
So that's ridiculous, obviously, and it's so stupid to sell those players for 2 million. But I believe the way it works is, so for example, if we got Kolarov for 5 million, let's say we gave him a 5-year contract, and then he finishes that contract, and we re-sign him for like 2 million for 3 years. Yeah. It's another 6 million invested into Kolarov. But let's say he stays for 1 season, it's 2 million. If we get 2 million back, we've broken even on him, basically.
Yeah.
In fact, even more. Yeah. So that's I think so. It's only really over that 5-year period. So if Rakitic, for example, it's ridiculous to only sell him for 2 million because he's worth a lot more. But I think it doesn't go down as a loss in the books if my understanding is correct.
Still, it's
still stupid as shit.
They still paid 150 million for players that they then sold for 2 million, which is stupid. Anyways, we have one other question, but I don't know. Maybe we should save that for the next episode because this is getting quite long, and I think this question we'll discuss. This is a question that we'll discuss a bit more. So, but like we discussed this before, so it's not. I'll tell you after the episode. Anyways, I think we should quickly touch on the UEL draw that was released today. I mean, a very easy draw for us, which is good because now we can rotate the squad a bit, rest some players.
I think that we had the second easiest squad. Second easiest group probably after Arsenal.
Yeah, probably.
And if
we have to be careful.
Group, we have a good chance for once going into the rest of the tournament.
But we do have to be careful not to like take these opponents to like. We still need to take it seriously.
I think we'll win every game 5-0 at least.
I think so too.
Us saying it's an easy group won't matter.
No, I know. I'm just talking in general. Like, I still think there is we've seen it before that we've had easy draws or easy groups, and then we've just choked it. Like, we drew twice versus Wolfsberger. No one knows who they are. I thought they were Wolfsburg. Like, this is the level, you know?
But both Napoli.
That was the level. That was the level, man.
Exactly. Now we have Friedkins. Now we have Kumbulla. Now we have Majoral. It's a different situation.
Okay, no, I'm not saying we will.
Majoral lives on Wolfsburgers.
Just saying.
Yes.
Don't.
Rent free.
Okay, yeah, but anyways, I don't think there's much more to talk about.
Napoli Midland had both.
Yeah, I just want to say, sorry, all respect to the fans of those clubs. Your clubs are all fucking shit. We're going to kill every single one of them brutally.
Yeah,
you three can fight for the second qualification. Otherwise, fuck off back to your country, you pathetic excuses for football clubs. Welcome to hell, baby. We're going to destroy you.
I have to save this clip to when we lose every game.
We have Mr. Mason. We can't lose.
I touch wood.
Yes,
okay.
Baby.
Let's just move on to the Udinese game.
For my prediction, simple, straight up 5-0. Gonna be a hat trick from Dzeko. Gonna state his claim. Think Spinazzola will get 2 assists.
Okay. I mean, I think we could pretty much start anyone in defense because and in goal. Because they might get chances, yes.
See Lasagna versus Fazio 2.0. You sure?
Yeah. Because they only have one player who can shoot, and he currently plays defensive midfielder. Okaka and Lasagna seriously miss like 2 open goals a game. I watched them every Serie A game this season. I don't know why, because I want to torture myself. And it's like...
Nah, guys. I mean, not to brag, I watched every Benevento game this season.
No. Like, it just happened to be the game that I was on while I was studying, and it was torture. It makes me very happy, though.
Okay, mister, we don't have a striker team.
Yeah, I know. But they're even worse. It's embarrassing. Anyways, unless we choke and something happens, we should win easily. I think like a 4-0.
I think 4.
Show them. I really wish Mayoral could come show them. I'm really sad he can't play tomorrow.
Who? Mayoral?
Yeah.
Don't worry, his time will come.
His time will come.
Yeah.
And I think Mkhitaryan is gonna destroy Gens. And I think Pellegrini is gonna destroy Gens.
Yes.
And I think
what do you think of Spinazzola? What do you think he will do?
Destroy Gens.
Okay.
And I think our 3 back line, I think 0 shots on goal for Udinese.
Honestly, the only worry I could have.
0 shot on goal won't be because of our defense. It would just be Okaki and Lasagna missing.
No, trust me. 0 shots on goal, our defense.
Honestly, the only thing that Udinese had on us last year was they had Lasagna, who is rapid, and we had Fazio. Now we have Ibanez, who is as quick, and on top of that we have Mancini and Kumbula. Like,
Mancini. Last year, Mancini was the 5th fastest player in the Serie A.
Exactly. We played that Udinese game with the back 4 of Kolarov, Fazio, and who was our right back? Santon.
Perez, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
When we lost 2-0 to them.
Yeah, I think it was Perez.
Now we have Ibanez, Kumbula, and Mancini. In fact, you know what? You can actually start Kluivert and Carlos Perez as our left and right wing backs.
Yeah,
you could actually start fucking Villar at centre back.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill them, baby.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, it's thing is,
I think Udinese are getting relegated.
I think so too.
It's been about 15 years coming now. Even though I think they were relegated at one stage. At least 8 years since I've watched Serie A. Those gents have been deserving a relegation, aside from, I think,
Verona.
One season where they had Di Natale still.
Yeah, the second Di Natale dipped.
Aside from that.
Same shit.
Yeah. We're gonna do a prediction, like a preview of the Serie A season after the transfer window has closed. So next episode, I think. So there we can talk more about it. But yes, Udinese are probably getting relegated.
We might get Dalot, by the way. We don't know anything about Dalot, but I think he'll be a top 3 right wing back in Serie A in 6 months.
Top 10.
Just because it's Manchester United. And it just happens every time. Like, it just happens every time. Like, why wouldn't it happen again?
It's better.
I think top assisters next season will be Dalot and Andreas Pereira. Can we just take a minute that Lazio paid 27 million euros for Andreas Pereira, who scored like 4 goals in 25 seasons?
Top quality signing that they had promised Inzaghi. That's what I want to know. I want Lazio fans, come tell me. Do you think Inzaghi is like, yes, boy? How do you think he feels? Because for me, Andres Pereira, maybe like, I'd buy him to maybe wipe Milinkovic-Savic's ass. Like, maybe, I don't know. And he might not get that one right. So I don't know where this top signing shit is coming from.
They bought Andreas Pereira for a little bit less than what we paid for Kumbula and Mayoral combined.
Like, I feel like, yeah, literally. And I feel Andreas Pereira is half the player of all of your starters in midfield.
And all of
you've literally bought the attacking midfield version of Cataldi. Well done, Lazio. Well done. Like, you've done it.
I think we'll end it at that. I think, yeah.
What are you talking about? Pereira and Muriqi. What a fantastic window.
Muriqi. Oh, and you know what's nice? Muriqi is the classic guy. Like, what do you think of Muriqi? He's a hard worker. He's a hard worker. Yeah, he works hard.
That's like when I played basketball. What do you think, Seba? I worked hard. Some basic. I mean, it's the same thing. Muriqi.
Oh, and Atalanta. Well done.
True. He's basically like Mayoral. That's the end of the episode. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Oh, fuck this guy.